We are back, baby, for everyone's fun comedy, absurd not stereotype, that's not the word. What are they? Trope heavy harem. Yeah, our favorites. We're here. We are back for this. A little over, how long has it been? Was it early last year or was it end? Oh, it was end 23, wasn't it? Oh, fuck. All right. So it's been a while. Okay, really a lot longer than I thought. I'm excited. I'm very excited for this. This is a series I loved. You can go watch the reactions. They're all on the channel. This is the very rare thing. This has happened twice now. What was the last series we just did? It was like really important to me that this just occurred. I want to say Link Click. It might have not been Link Click. It might have been Link Click. I don't really remember. There was a series we just started recently that it was the first like new season that I was like here for. Link Click was weird because I watched season one, but season two already started airing, so like I played into them. But like more so is like we watched the first series fully on the channel, and then we had a long break, and then we came back for something. But I feel like it was that one. I could be wrong though, so this will be the second one here. But Link Clicks is weird because it's like a side kind of thing, but not at the same time. I don't know. So, anyways, we're here, brand new season two. I am thrilled. I love the series. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was great. I thought a bunch of the characters were fun. I felt like some of them had a little bit more depth than, you know, your typical thing that falls within this sort of genre. Well, still not having too much, but it was just enough that I felt like I had some stuff to talk to throughout each of the episodes too. And it was fun while being very fan servicey and heavy on that end. It still managed to not make me feel weird at a lot of the different moments, and I think creatively handled a fair bunch of them by playing really into itself. And I think that's a really necessary thing for it to strive the way that it was able to, you know, and be as great as it was. So I'm not angry. I'm not angry, and I loved it. I thought it was really fun, and I just been kind of looking forward for something like this. And I think it fits the gap really well because we were supposed to just start watching a comedy on the channel that I didn't really like, and then we pivoted to something else. So now, like, and we've tried in the past, you know, there's been a couple other the seasons that like just haven't even gotten uploaded, or like that I've watched a couple episodes of and had to drop on the channel. Like, so it's nice to bring another one back, you know, and be able to have some fun moments, some things where I don't feel as though I have to talk about a ton or be like overly alert. You know, it's pretty easy to understand, and we get our fun out of all of that. I believe we're going to be venturing into new characters, right? There's like 4 or 5 that we showcased at the end of the previous episode, or the final episode of the first season. I can't remember what they all looked like and stuff, but we'll run into them, and they'll be in the OP and everything anyways. And then we have our main girls. I'm really interested to see, let's say our main girls, I'm assuming they're all going to be main girls throughout this, unless we just like play really heavy balance into one of them and the other ones are like really side. Like, I don't really know. That's what I'm curious about. Where does the balance start coming in? Because it gets harder and harder as you gain more and more, and brother needs to get 100. So like, he's got a long balance that he's gonna really have to run into here at some point. So like a difficult one at least. So I'm curious how he plans to handle that, and if he's got enough love to go around, you know, for all of them. I think he does. He's a great guy. Our boy Rentera, he's a wonderful dude. I wonder, do I remember all the girls' names? Of Karne, I know her. I love her. She's my favorite. We're on her team easily. We're always on her side. She's great. Um, Akari, right? She's the pink hair one. We have Nano, or what's her name? AI Nano, I think, right? She's long, white, silver-esque hair. Who are the others? Shizuka, one of those two. The shy girl who can't really communicate and stuff, really tiny. And then we have girl who goes from big to large. Kusari, Kuz. I don't know, something like that, right? I think it's close. Now let me look it up. Let me look. I have the Mal page open because I went to look at all the staff who isn't changing to my knowledge. I think all that stuff's the same studio and everything. Kusuri, that's the other one, and then Hahari, which is the mother of Hakari, who's also a part of the team, or she's going to, like, a weird thing. I don't really remember exactly all that. I didn't refresh myself, if you can't if you can't tell. Usually I do. I felt like I didn't need to for this one. Maybe I did. I don't really know. But that's all I'm gonna have. We're gonna have a bunch of new characters come in who I'm sure will have a stacked voice actors cast, and we'll discuss all that and talk about that a little bit later. We're probably gonna go one by one again, so maybe not all of them introduced directly immediate, but I am curious for the different types they have and how entertaining and fun they will be and how they stack up to the previous ones, you know, and if it's going to be like a more difficult task for the author to create more and more entertaining characters, or if he's just gonna, he or she, I don't know, is going to get more and more wild as we continuously move on. I'm excited though. Regardless, I hope you guys are as well. I don't remember having copyright issues or anything really with this show. I think we had some audio stuff, but I can mix around with all that. But visual stuff, I don't think we have a problem, so we should be good on that front. And I'm just excited to continue. So hopefully you guys are as well. If you like it all, the like and subscribe. The announcement, feel free to stick around for the discussion. Let me comments. This is the series. Let's get going with season 2, episode 1 of The 100 Girlfriends. Who really, how many reallys are there? 4 or 5, I think. Love you. Refresher, thank you, I needed that. Yeah, but we have 100 instead. We are cursed. Or blessed. Oh, okay. And they all learn to love each other as we progress too, you know? Okay, the mom is here. The mom is here. What? Brother, we're about to go on the prehistoric arc. I see it. I see it. Prehistoric girlfriend. That could be tough. That could be tough. So say he were to marry Kusari, right? Because that scene got me really intrigued. Would she be in her big or small form if that were to happen? Ladies and ladies. Oh yeah, the mom like bought the school or something, right? Right. Oh, thank you. That means we've more than past 3 months. Right. The awareness. That's gonna date the hell out of this. Yeah, but that was still months ago. Over a year. Yeah, I don't think that was the right one. I don't know what to do to them. Okay. Not ideal. That's what I'm thinking. Thank you. They went and spoiled the whole thing. You just gotta know by the personalities, and you know he'll be able to tell. Okay. Yeah, they're a little too obvious. Yes. He would make the same facial expression. Yeah. yeah, you already kind of. Oh god. Well, this is Karate. Right. Classic, work it out. What do you mean who? But it's gonna work. But it's gonna work. Excuse her not.
いい子いい子。レンタロウちゃんは可愛いですね。
表情姿から溢れるポセ。
そんな良い子のレンタロウちゃんにはご褒美をあげましょうね。
Imagine having to watch your mom do this and a different body. But knowing
本当に奇跡起きた。
her body left. Hold up, this is your chance.
魂が抜けかかってるからという説が。
からの顎食い。
What if somebody doesn't hit that though, you know? And they just get stuck.
ローにおっぱいくっつけると先っちょ気持ちよくなってくるのだ。
性の目覚め。
しっこじゃないなんかでしょ。
ダメです。キスするんでしょ、キス。
あ、そうだったのだ。淫乱女子高生。
It's your daughter. But it's not, but it is.
ああ、また脳みその汗出ちゃう。いっぱい出ちゃう。
So close, bro.
次は
こんなバカみたいなことさっさと済ませなさいよね。
That was a quick exit.
それじゃあ最後は
やっと二人きりになれましたね。レンタロウくん、
メロメロなの。
見てください。ロマンチックなライトが。
あれはみんなの魂。
Yeah, theirs are not lights. So now how do you get them? Oh, they just... Okay. We're back. This is less uncomfortable, you know? It's better this way. For probably them and us.
6連キス。いくらなんでもこんなの幸せ。
Just wait till you get 100, brother. You're just starting.
いつもと違う私たちはどうでしたか？
通って。
It was
なん
exciting.
かすごくドキドキした。やっぱりいつものみんなの方が好きだな。
Yeah.
元の体でもキスを。私も。
Is that just gonna remove them, though? But then we're gonna be back to where we were. That scream. Oh. Member number 1.
あ、ごめん。
Oh, here we go. Instant. welcome to the team.
この衝撃は運命の。ってあれ、その制服中等部の
Oh boy.
なんか文句あんの？
当たりが。
別に中等部の生徒が高等部の購買来ちゃいけないなんて校則ないけど。
ああ、うん、どうぞ。
200円ね。あ、はい。財布が。
Ah. Does he have the money to cover this? He does have to get 2. I did not know their middle school was associated with it.
はい。
That was split.
半分食べない？
なんなのあんた。いきなり気持ち悪いんだけど。
I'm looking for another wife. Would you be down to be number 7?
いただきます。
礼儀正しい子だな。誰？
This is just girls in general. They give them food in their hand.
教室で好きな映画の話してるやつらがいて、つい食べたくなっちゃってさ。ラピュタの目玉焼きパン。
ああ、食べ方ずるいな。
Dude.
あれ。
That's what you took out of the scene?
消化がすごい早くてさ、いつもお腹空いてイライラしてて、それが食べたいものがあるともなるとどうしようもなくなっちゃって、私食べ物のことばかり考え
That's
ちゃってさ
probably an issue.
いつも連想ゲームみたいに食べたいものが浮かんじゃうんだよね。黒板見ただけで海苔マシマシ豚骨醤油ラーメンとか、山崎さんがいるだけでパンが食べたくなったりとか。
さすがに難儀すぎない？
だからいつもフードとヘッドホンで視界や音を遮ってるんだけど。
そんな理由でつけてたんだそれ。あ、でも今は外してるね。
That's because she's in the middle of eating, yes.
食感の音も遮らず全身全霊で味わう。 そうしなきゃ食べ物に失礼だ。
もしよかったら名前とか。
No, we good off that.
ナンパかよ。キモいんだけど。
燃費が悪すぎる。
Actually, it resets instantly. I was about to say, I'd expect you to have a slightly different build, you know?
そして翌日の昼休み
Run it back. Just slowly to get a little bit more conversation in. Wonder if some of the girls that we passed, like that one girl had different hair that she just passed, are gonna be future people we run into.
サンドなら中等部の購買でも打って。
ごめ
No.
んね今日はなぜかバブルのように売れて
これもドラマの影響かよ。
今日は何が食べたくなったんだ？
Exactly that.
なんでいいんだよあんた。
別に
You
高等部の
creep.
生徒が中等部の購買来ちゃいけないなんて校則はないからな。
メンチカツならコンビニに行けばきっと。
待って待って、中等部は休み時間に校外出るの原則禁止だろ。代わりに俺が。
だからあんたにそんなことしてもらう筋合いないんだっての。鬱陶しいんだよ。あ
So she struggles with her own self too, though. It's not even just a, well, it's weird. We'll talk about it later, but that utilizing this as like a sort of excuse for what you're doing type of thing, you know?
するイライラするイライラするイライラする。こんな私に一番イライラする。
Yeah.
どうしていつもこうなの。私はイライラして周りに当たっていつも一人で。こんな私に親切にしてくれる人にも
How is he able to be so different?
いつもお腹ばかすかすでイライラしてたった一つもいいとこなんかなくて一体何なの私は。
But yet he'll still see the other side and the good things in you.
あ
さあ食べてみて。
だからあんたにそんなことされるお
分
前
かった
は。
分かった。
Sure,
じゃ
sure,
あ
go
半分
then.
手伝って。昨日と一緒。おいしい。
どうしたのこれ。
調理室の使用許可をもらって作ったんだよ。
もしかしてその絆創膏。
まさかケチャップを落とすため水で洗ったハンバーグをあげたらあんなことになるとは思わなかった。この世の終わりかと思った。
生意気でいいとこなんてない。私なんかに。
いや、あるよ、いいとこ。
気休めだと思って適当なこと。
俺は食べ物を大切に思い、心の底から美味しそうに食べる姿をとても魅力的だと思ったよ。
Alright.
別に私は普通に食べてるだけで。
それで美味しそうに見えるからいいところなんだろ。お腹が空きやすいって。
That is true. When other people make things look good, you kind of want to do. Not even just food, everything.
美味しそうに食べる人と一緒に食べるご飯はとっても美味しい。君のそのいいところは周りの人を幸せにできるとても素敵な魅力だと思うよ。
But the other 95% of you is fucking terrible.
だったらあんたも一緒だよ。
え？
あんたと一緒に食べてるとご飯がいつもより美味しく感じるんだよ。だからこれからもあんた
Holy red.
食べてくんない？ほらその彼氏とこに。
That was easy. That was really easy. What the hell?
ありがとう。こちらこそ君と一緒にご飯が食べれるなんて願ったりだよ。
君じゃなくて。
Are you gonna... Okay.
名前中等部3年原がくるみ。
よろしくね、くるみちゃん。俺は高等部1年愛情連太郎。
ちゃんとか言うな。
え？
ちゃんこ食べたくなるから。
初めて聞くタイプのちゃん付け NG？ という次第でございまして、
Welcome to the
原
team.
がくるみさんを新しい彼女として迎え入れさせていただいてもよろしいでしょうか。
はいはい、そんで今回はサブカル系それとも魔法少女
Yo, can we get a magical girl?
お腹が空きやすくて、そんな時はちょっと機嫌が悪
言っ
く。
とくけど私は別にレンタロウ先輩以外と慣れ合うつもりはないから。
Yeah, you'll warm up to
い
them.
きなりご挨拶。
彼女同士で無駄に関わり合うのは非効率的なの。無駄って何よ。
今まで一緒に過ごしてきた時間
Do you not value our friendship?
は別に義務感ではなくみんなのことが
あー
一緒に過ごしてるだけ。
It's not even just a requirement. How cute. Big family.
フードファイトフェスティバル
What?
優勝商品は賞金と三つ星パティシエの特製ジェラート
そんな大会一人で優勝できる。私は別で出るから。
Yeah.
どうせ人といたって喧嘩になるだけだし、大して食べれない奴らと
Problem is, this is the most understanding group of people you're ever gonna run into.
保護者同伴みたいよ。
You're forced to.
今日は二人とも仕事。でも特製ジェラートは死んでも食べたい。だったらあんたが母親のふりして参加手続きだけ
Pretend that's literally her role in the family.
呼んでくれたらいいわよ。誰が呼ぶかよ。
全員での参加が決定した
And the new season kicks off a little quicker paced than I was expecting. I really thought that we were going to have like 2 or 3 episode arc type of things again, where it takes us to get other people, the other girls in, to extend it throughout. But we decide to not. Maybe they have a pacing that they need to kind of get through. I think we're only going to get like 4 or 5 of them though, so it is interesting. But I do kind of like the idea of we can consistently change approaches on it, right? Some of the other characters before where like they take 2 episodes to like get involved, or it takes like 2 for them to actually get into the relationship, then they have to take time to warm up to him. Like there's a variety of things that can come about it, and also warm up to the other girls and like the whole environment that they're going to kind of have to go through. So having this be something that's so rapid and like just kind of quick for them to do, and then giving her the opportunity to warm up to the viewers and the other girls and everybody and establish that dynamic into the future episode, I think will do good. Do have concerns still, I guess, up to this point of, well, that is a little different because we don't have to extend things as long as like we do. The format of it is very like similar or predictable at the same time, but I guess that's not like, we're not trying to throw people for twists and turns like that. It's supposed to just more so be like the funny things, and we throw our twists like when we have little jokes and things that you're not supposed to see coming. So I guess like we can semi give it a pass for that reason. But I do think like we can creatively establish something in a little bit different of a direction than Gain's Girlfriend takes 1 or 2 episodes to do so. Then we have to go do 1 or 2 episodes where they get like a bonding experience or something happens that allows you to understand the establishment of the dynamic between the different girls kind of involved together, and how this girl kind of warm up to that idea as well, and then progressively like see that when the other ones get involved. So I think like we could potentially go down some other routes going forward, preferably then make it like the same format every single time, but we'll hold out and we'll end up seeing what happens. I do think that there was like some pretty good ones in the way that, especially when they brought the mom in and stuff at the end of the last season, that definitely changed up that formula a little bit. So it's not like a necessary problem that we immediately go back to it, but I am curious throughout this, because now I can't remember like all the specifics from the first season, but now that I'm like here gonna go through for the next like 12 or 13 weeks, right, being able to understand it in this form of like, will we change that up, or all of these going to stay like at the same exact kind of format? It would be interesting. One of the big things actually that I took out of this, despite maybe not having like too much like screen time or things going for, was Hakuru's mother being involved in her dynamic. I think is something that, if I could guess what my past self would have said, and probably did, would have a concern of where that dynamic's going to come in or how it's going to work within the group, especially with like a mother-daughter kind of experience and how that's going to have to work too. But I think it works really well. I think she takes on that role of like the kind of the group like mother, or the more, I wanted to say mature, but I don't know if that's the approach I should be saying. But I think like there's something about her that works really well within the group, and actually made me not feel any like weirdness towards it. She kind of just fit in like a glove, which is really nice. And I appreciated that an absolute ton. We meet Kurume, who is our new hungry type girlfriend. I love Karane calling her out and be like, what, or calling Retro her out when he tries to classify her as that, and be like, what the hell? That's not even a type of one. It's not even one of the tropes. What are we doing here? I like that a lot. Her character is interesting so far. Well, it's not really interesting. It's interesting on the idea that she has like these self kind of like conflicts of not liking her own self for being who she is, and then having somebody else like see the positive in that. But that's not something that we haven't seen before, right? We've seen that with Shizuka, we've even Kusuri, and having the different sides of her and all the issues and stuff that she's caused. So it's not like an entirely new thing. Once again, it's like the same format as I just kind of touched on before, where we get girl introduced and she like has an issue with herself, or she can't make friends, or even if she does, she has these things about her she doesn't like, and then this other person either doesn't see that, or the positives outweigh the negatives completely for him, and then they're just like, holy shit, nobody's ever like kind of like viewed me this way, or I haven't even thought of things like on my own this sort of way. And he like changes their life completely, their outlook on everything too, which is like a sweet thing. But at the same time, it consistently keeps happening too. Like, I don't know if I got 100 in me for all of that, you know. She's a difficult one for me to make out. It's like you're supposed to feel bad in a way because she doesn't want to feel the way that she does, and she's gonna have to kind of like learn to live with that, or like slightly get better like a little bit and be less kind of like aggravated over time, and or maybe just more accepting of who she actually is. But at the same time, like, it's hard for me personally to look at her entire situation and view it as like she's only like this because she's hungry. For me, constantly just like keeps feeling like this is more of like, you're utilizing this as an excuse to actively like act out this way and be rude. Well, I know that's not the case, because she does have that complete other side that immediately switches up when she eats. It's just like, I don't know. There's something about that dynamic, and it's just how people in general kind of can operate sometimes. And hers is, of course, more to the extreme, as everything within the series actually does. That just makes me like a little bit turned off by her own kind of traits and things that she's got going for her here. It makes me not like really want to appreciate it the same way that I think like some of the other characters going through like a similar sort of arc ended up having or making me feel. I just don't know if I can necessarily get there, because that is just like a really natural thing that happens with a lot of people, where like when they get angry, they're like, or when they get hungry, they become like more angry and everything. So of course she's like really ramped up, but like, I don't know, her over aggressiveness, like how bad it really is, just it seems to me like somebody who is just kind of rude and then utilizes this or tells people that this is like some sort of excuse. I know it's not. Like, you don't gotta harass me about that. I can fully see that it's not, but it's just hard for me to kind of disconnect those in my own head when I'm kind of seeing it unfold. Her design's really good though. I really like it. I think the moments where she is trying to be a little bit more like true to herself and actually speak out how she feels, and then all the like moments where she gets like extremely red and the blushing and everything, I think are really cute, and I think compliment her pretty nicely, and I think it's nice to add her as a character. There's a little conflict with some of the ways that she acts to somebody like Karane, so I'm curious just to see how they're going to continuously like differentiate each other there, but I'm assuming that as we introduce her more to the group, her level of anger is going to be completely calmed down, because her craving is probably no longer going to be food. Not saying that it's not going to be, but like it'll be on a lower level, because that's what we've been seeing her now throughout the entirety of the episode. It was her at the extreme, like it was her really, really craving something, as opposed to just like maybe having like a slight like, I'm just hungry, or I'm feeling like I kind of want this or something, you know. So she might be a little bit more tolerable at certain moments throughout that, so we'll have to end up giving her a little bit more time on that. And I think another way that they might try and balance it or make it make sense is the fact of being middle school, so being younger, right? But at the same time, like, she's not that much younger, like probably less than a year separated from everybody else in the cast outside of the mom. So like, it's a little, I don't know, I can't necessarily buy into that too much more, but we'll end up seeing. Let's check out her voice actress so we can see. We have Miss Amane Shindo, who did some Bang Dream, a bunch of like singy type of stuff. Okay, so nothing for me. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So brand new experience for me. Interesting. Born in 2004. Man, that makes me feel old. Okay. Cool. Wow. Good for her. Getting a start really. Okay. Move through the episode. I love the refresher giving us this. Of course, I appreciate this. Why did he have to call them bitches? I don't get it. Love is limitless. Get a nice OP between all of them. They introduce the girls and put the names and stuff. I'm not too worried about or interested in looking through what each of them are and the difference between all of them just yet and how that is. We'll look at them actually as they get introduced. And I wonder if the way that they appeared in the OP is that it looks to be so. Ate all of the school store bread. Okay, so we'll just go through and I'll look at them each episode when we end up seeing it. Cute visuals and stuff throughout it, but I'm not going to go too far into that. I love we have to do the recap here. Season 2 started this point. This is where we are right now. Thank you for answering all of this. I love just the awareness of it. Unfortunately, we'll date it horribly in a couple 10 years or so, but it's nice to give the reminder, of course, to everybody who is watching this. Implement of Kusari and her experiments and stuff are really awesome. I think like really necessary. Well, she's probably like my least favorite of everybody in the group. I think she's kind of a necessity because she gives us those moments of we need to like fill out like a chapter or something, and I don't have any ideas right now of like maybe progressing to a different girl or something, or just like it just gives you something that if you want to have like a whole episode of just fucking around, you can do that, because that's exactly what she's capable of here by doing the entire swap that we have. I love when the music starts playing and they relate it to like your name and everything and talk about the copyright and stuff. That makes me that hits here because I'm gonna have to deal with that. And everybody switches up. So being able to see all of them is like, it's uncomfortable but cool at the same time, seeing these people that you love in a different like form of somebody who typically doesn't act out in the way that they do either. So it's like really weird, but it's like pretty cool at the same time. He kind of comes around to it at the end that he's like, yeah, I much prefer you guys just to stay the way that I'm comfortable. And it just shows how he's able to like tell the difference between them, but none of them really made it hard. It was pretty easy. What, like 15-month break or whatever that we've had? Well, no, I guess it ended at the end. So like 12-month break that we've kind of had between the two. Like I was able to pick up on it too. So nothing too crazy, but fun stuff all around, and being able to see the different personalities and stuff between them. I think it's cute doing the kiss between everybody and having all like the souls kind of leave the body before they all end up having to go back in. And I think it works really well as a way to like kind of just showcase the girls, like if they were to act in a different way. So all fans of them as well get to see something that's completely different too. So I think that's pretty nice. And here we go. New girl introduced. Immediately it hits hard, and it's pretty quick that we get through it. Got a problem. She's nothing but rude. Absolutely rude. I love her little stripes on the hoodie. I think that's awesome. Headphone wearing girl, angry food girl. And immediately she turns to be the sweetest and the cutest when this happens, but she's going to be a nightmare to deal with throughout the remainder of all of it. Sorry I was rude to you. And immediately later when we ask for the names and everything too, it just switches up completely. We learn a little bit about her cravings and stuff. I love he brings up the metabolism thing too, to like reference like why she's, the way that she is. We could have countered her in a way too, of making her like a sporty athletic kind of type of person, but I find that probably not to make any sense because that's an archetype that will get introduced here at some point, if we're being honest. This is what I was saying. So this girl in the bottom right, I'm assuming she stands out way more than all the other characters, is somebody that we'll either meet this season or in a future one or at some point in the manga, right? And they're just throwing like a little hint towards it. That would be my guess. Whole class could be yapping about this shit, so I wanted it. She gets mad. She gets mad when she sees him, slaps the shit out of him. And then we get the moment. I don't want to feel like this. I don't want to be like this. I hate myself. Most mad at myself for, being exactly as I am, pushing people away. Anybody who tries to come close to me, you can't make friends or do any of that when I act out the way that I kind of did. But of course, the guy who sees the light in everybody, the guy who goes above and beyond, who has all the time in the world, apparently, to make these other people's lives. And then you have good normal conversations when you're able to go through and do this, but she's just a nightmare to deal with when, that's not really the case. When she has a strong craving, when she's like at the end, when we get her just talking to the group, she's tolerable. We can deal with that. That's no problem. But when she's like really craving something, she's really pissed, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough to get through. You have all these wonderful qualities that can bring people around you joy. Yeah, just 95% of you is fucking ass in comparison to it, though. This is really cute. I love the overly blushing and stuff, especially on his own end too, and the way that he feels. Full on introduction. Don't call me that. Welcome to the fucking team. And the perfect way to introduce her and bring her involved. Actually, this was really sweet too. Her being like, it's logical, but I love you also. It's really cute, but perfect way to bring her involved. Have a food festival that she needs to be here for because she cannot enter by herself, and of course she's going to want to eat everything that's there anyways. So she has to kind of come along with us. The ED's really cute. I do wonder if like this sequence. No, they're here. Never mind, because this blonde girl's not involved at all. I was gonna say if they're gonna add one each time in this scene, and then like when we get here, they're all already at the heart and stuff. But we'll end up meeting. So how many different ones are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're only going to meet 4 throughout the season then? Okay. Interesting. New style though, I like that. And just like that, episode 1 comes to an end. I thank you very much for joining. It was fun. It's not the best episode, but probably not the worst that we're gonna encounter either. And I'm just excited to overall come back and see how we progress this and bring her a little bit closer to the rest of the group and the variety of other girls that we must meet. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you liked it, I'll hit the like and subscribe. Then feel free to check out the channel. In the comments with the series, I'll be back. Episode 2 next week. It was a great one. Peace.